E-Gaming Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
And we're back! Welcome back to Dota Pit Season 5, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Newbee versus VG. Thank you for waiting. We are finally here in the game. It's been an hour of wait or so. You know, VG were in a scrim and it was the scheduled timing. The previous set just ended way too early for everyone's liking. But we're here in the game now, so we will have ourselves a draft. You know, that was a pretty long roller, but we're here. Timbersaw, Vengeful Spirit, and Slaughter. Very interesting seeing the Venge picked up as the second one. And seeing Accent Keeper of the Light here from Newbee, a lot of people are really hyped about Newbee. I was watching some of you guys in the chat earlier on, really talking up Mr. SCCC. And what I'm going to be calling him today is Sick. Because that does seem to be a appropriate name for how he's going to be playing. Hopefully we don't talk it up too much and he just falls flat on his face. But we are going to be able to have ourselves a game. So VG Gaming, I didn't cast as many games as I would like of them. I don't know why, you know, in the Boston major qualifiers, and it just didn't happen to come across them as many times. And well, we'll have a chance to take a look at them. And yeah, Newbee, they have you know, the lineup that you're more or less used to at this point. We have Mr. KP from Australia as well. So some of you Aussie fans in the chat gonna be pretty happy about that. But you know, let's take a quick brief look at the bans here. We have Oracle being taken out. We have the Slark being taken out. No surprises there, you know. Slark are a really annoying hero to deal with. And I'm surprised no Lifestealer bans. Now VG Gaming might be angling towards something like that with the Slaughter Lifestealer combo. Timbersaw with the Slaughter pickup is likely going to be in the safe lane. And with this Ogre pickup, it does seem like a Lifestealer would be a pretty prudent pick, if I would be so bold to say. Ogre having large HP pools, being able to be shut down by the Lifestealer is probably a good idea here. But we'll have to see what VG does decide to go for. A lot of the CN teams have been picking similar, apart from LGD FY actually. Xiaowei has just not been giving a damn about what people are picking, he's just picking whatever he likes, and we have ourselves a Chen pick. So now I'm wondering if this is going to be a safe lane Slada early aggression kind of lineup. You know, we do realize teams, well, if you look at the EU teams, some teams just really favor this safe lane Slada. One of the teams being Alliance. Loader really enjoys running that safe lane Slada, getting up that early armlet into Blink Dagger and just take the fight to the enemy. I can't say I'm a hater of the strategy. It works sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. It really relies on crisp execution to pull off. And I do like how Vici have banned some of the more annoying defensive heroes, OD and Sand King, that can limit this kind of pressure. Slada really has to play very carefully, when up against foes with high burst damage, because his sprint does amplify a lot of the damage he takes in. And of course X is always going to be that roadblock that you have to contend with. But Newbee now going to steal up that Life Stealer. Can't say I disagree here. I mean, they can pick it up themselves. Life Stealer adds a lot of aggression to a lineup. Keeper and Ogre, not the most powerful bursty duo, but with Life Stealer in there, you can actually add quite a few punches into that combo. So Keeper is going to be that defensive guy, going to be able to beef up the Ogre, allow him to spam out ignites, I think, and of course that late game security, or rather that mid game security, just trying to defend the the enemy squad from pushing up the high ground, pushing your towers. Just slow them down at least. There's a Chen army. You always want to have something that can stop the bleeding, so to speak. But Chen, of course, his creeps are pretty resilient to Caudal Blasts, so it will be a challenge to see how this Caudal holds the line here. Of course, Slada getting to his hands on Keeper would be pretty bad for him as well. And this Invoker ban here, definitely a respect ban over to one of the boys there on Vici. Or maybe they just don't want to deal with that Exort push. It's just a little bit too strong for their liking. Don't worry, you want to add another mid lane. You can really pressure your towers early, that the Chen is already threatening to do. Have that Timbersaw as that hero. I still think it might be Timbersaw mid, and wow, to clamp down the aggression, Newbee whip out the Snake Lady. So it will be Medusa as the last pick here, and I think that really puts a crimp in Vici's plans. Now it's going to be a timer that will be set on them. What do they really want to do? How are they going to push this early aggression or mid-game aggression? Does seem to be out of the menu, so to speak. That Stone Gaze just shuts everything down, and Slada will not be able to chase. Whatever it's going to paired up with Slada is going to have a problem as well. Do Vici commit to this? Go something like a Templar Assassin, take an early Roshan with this minus armor, with the Chen creeps, and try and force the issue anyway. It is, I mean, the way they've drafted the Newbee pulling out Medusa in the last phase, it really does come down to, do you take the bait, retreat into a more mid-game safe draft, or do you push hard and fast and still try and challenge that Medusa pick? Newbee are a high-level squad. I don't expect them to be playing sloppy with this lineup. They should know what they're doing. So Vici Gaming, their captain's stumped right now. You see Yang taking a little bit of time, sitting back and
anti-mage,
and then he goes. So he settles down for that late game. At the same time, picks up a hard counter to this Medusa. Or so he thinks. There's an X, there's a Life Stealer. There are a lot of heroes that can really hurt this anti-mage. So he has to play careful if he wants to have a good old game. And of course, Newbee, they have, I would like to say that they have pretty passive support. Ogre is a pesky guy. He's not really a kill you kind of guy unless you play out of position. I mean, a Timbersaw is unlikely to die against an Ogre, so it's a more passive draft. But once the dagger comes online, once KP gets that dagger, the Life Stealer is going around the map taking names, and it's gonna be tricky to see how they're gonna deal this. They have 2 hard lockdowns, so that's enough for the AM. And X is generally not what you want to pick against an AM. They might even go aggressive here. You never know. X Ogre on the lane, Keeper Life Stealer in one, and just punish that Slaughter with constant mana leaks and open wounds. Medusa should be able to. Medusa should be able to deal with the Timbersaw alone in the mid lane. The Mystic Snake gonna be pretty annoying against Timber. So anyway, we're gonna hop into the draft, into the game very quickly. Newbee on the Radiant side, we have SCCC, sick. On that Medusa, we have Kaka on the Caudal of the Light, KP or KP on that X. We have Faith on the Ogre, Unine on his Life Stealer. On the side of the Dire, Vici Gaming, DDC on the Vengeful Spirit. We have Hormao, Firecat, gonna play Chen. We have Ghost. No, wait, no, it's not. No, FY, I mean, oops, I read the Chinese was FY. Gonna play Chen, my bad, guys. Ghost on the Timbersaw, Yang on that Slaughter, and End gonna be playing his enemy Anti-Mage. And 电脑有点问题. Oh, okay. Restart computer. Alright, so computer restart. And we will see how this game does go. Like I said, VG, they have this opening where they can really pressure with the Venge and Chen, look to punish a lane, and then break down the tower, take early goal for the AM to get up his Battle Fury early, Slaughter for him to get his Blink early, and then they start just pressuring non-stop, slamming, crush, take towers, crush towers, take towers, and maybe Chen can afford an Aghanim Scepter down the road. We take more towers, we take that Aegis, we take that Ancient Aghanim Scepter upgrade, you know, steal those Ancients and push up the high ground with some heavy pressure that even a Medusa can't hold. Maybe bait out the gates and then go for objectives. And of course, Newbee's mode of operation here would be to get that Blink Dagger on the X and of course keep the Medusa alive. Ogre just be a pest, allow the Medusa to get some CS to get into that healthy level of farm. And of course, Kotal just slow down the tempo of the game. So slow down the tempo of the game, then maybe go for some catch here with X and Lifestealer. Always a combo that you can rely on. And of course, having that Medusa as a failsafe. Popping that Stone Gaze when they engage so that the enemy can't turn around to actually save said teammates. And of course, the call into Gaze is pretty strong as well. If you catch retreating heroes with the call, they'll be forced to turn back towards your Medusa and get hit by that Gaze freeze timing. So DDC gonna throw out that heart emote, and yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see how the enemy mage will work. Oof. Wait, why can I hear people looking at? I will put an end to magic. Yeah, just gotta throw in a little bit of trust in your friends, power of friendship. It's a good thing English dub in Dota isn't as cringy. But yeah, AM is gonna be enemy doped. And now let's take a look at the effigies. You know, that's what I like to do before the match starts, especially when I'm solo casting. You know, that's, you know, if I blabber on more, you guys might just flame me for my lack of knowledge, my 4K knowledge. What does this mean? Chinese words, BS something Chang. I don't know. Probably not don't move or freeze or something like that. LPR, that's okay. I'm not getting it, but what's this? Alright, he just put an IO, so fancy himself a science center exhibit. Yeah. Kinda looks like something out of the science center. And what else? No effigies here on the Radiant or Dire anymore. Radiant, what are they looking at? They have Zhao Yu T. What? Oh man, Chinese effigies are not as fun because I'm not good at Chinese reading anymore. I have not written Chinese in years, even though I did study a bit in Chinese. I did study Chinese in school. It's been years since school. What a school! Esports all the way. But yeah, I can speak a little bit of Chinese, but that's about it. There is a limit. And yeah, right, we're gonna hop into the game now. KP going top, so the lanes do look as we predicted. DDC starting out win lane, something I do enjoy seeing as well. Since the Chen is going to be able to buy everything for the Venge can afford to play a little bit more greedy, get some mana on as well. And Ghost, that mid lane Timbersaw, not rolling with the triple Shed Tangos, no branches, so wants to save that gold for an early bottle here. Can't say I blame him, that mana burn is going to be annoying, and he'll be taking minimal hits from the Medusa anyhow. So with the Permanent Shield and Reactive Armor, he should be okay. And Newbee gonna start this game, look to be rather passive on this, but as I say, you never know what may come by. And Faith is sticking on his Ogre Magi. And of course, for you guys just tuning in, it is at BO3 in the Dota Pit Chinese qualifiers. Alright, we'll see if Vici does hit a brick wall in terms of this draft, and I don't know if this anti-mage is enough to bring it around. This Medusa is going to be a tough cookie to crack. We all know what they say about tough cookies. They're not tasty. Ooh, right. Bad joke counter number 1. Newbee. Gonna start this lane off. Timbersaw versus Medusa. Shouldn't be a kill there. But you know, as I say that, it's always been caster's curse and whatnot. You know, lanes that should not be lost get lost, and we have ourselves weird games in caster's flame. But Kaka, meanwhile, is just gonna start his game poking away at the Slaughter. And you know, just giving a little jabby jab here. Yang should have a pretty okay lane. Battle League starts off at level 1. That's going to be pretty annoying. And the open wounds are going to begin. And the creep wave already hitting him pretty hard here. Might want to be a little bit careful here. Losing a majority of his hit points. And Stout Shield. Okay. Stout Shield blocks it twice. Okay. Nearly dying there. The wind lace on the Caudal. Nearly getting that kill, but SCCC, Mr. 9K over here, 9K from China, just striking it down, doing some damage to the creep wave. So far, 3 and 4 on the CS score, not too bad. Anti-Mage, of course, going to be losing against this AM, and with this Ogre support, the Venge cannot hope to press in. And that's one of the disadvantages of picking Chen early. You have to commit your Chen to the jungle for at least a level 2, level 3, get more creeps on the board before you can come help the lane. Yes, he levels up fast, but this opens up the off lane for the enemy. You know, so long they put another support there, you can't actually pressure with your own, and suddenly you have that Axe getting level 2 quickly, stealing up farm, punishing your AM back. And AM didn't really equip himself for early game aggression, as you already see. Only got 3 tangles on the board. The Wave of Terror not even hitting there. KP now going to challenge this AM, or rather AM's going to challenge him, burn some of his mana away. The Ignite can help. And Face shouldn't be wasting too much mana here. Mana is going to be somewhat of a shortage in this lane, especially. KP about to get his boots very soon. Middle lane, how are we looking? Not too much to really report about in the middle lane, so we have U9 just going to be trading away pretty well against Slaughter. Slaughter, yes, will be losing in terms of HP trading, but he will actually get the levels that he needs. Same as how the Axe probably will get the levels he needs. And I really do believe if anyone is going to be dying here, it will be the Venge. Yes, he is rather low here, so he has to be very careful. Watch out for his life points. A very quick battle hunger in the Ignite can be quick end for him if he's not careful. Meanwhile, Timbersaw just going to be diving under the tower here, just keeping very close. They're taking a huge snake there from the Medusa. And losing a bit of HP as well as mana. But with the reactive armor, shooting him is pretty pointless at this point. Just staying very close so that he can get those denies in. And meanwhile, a big clump here. Oh no! The Chen gonna be finding that kill. I thought it was gonna be a neutral kill, but that was a pretty huge blast, and a nice wrap around there from FY God. Gonna secure that first blood on the Ogre. And well, trying to challenge the movement of the anti-mage. So VG draw first blood against Newbee here. They still have a lot of work to do. It's just a singular kill. The Axe has retreated into his own jungle with the Illusion Rune as well, going to allow himself to get more spins on the board. Only at that level 2, unfortunately. Now finally breaks that level 3, gets another point in the Helix. Hopefully we'll find himself a better time. Medusa meanwhile gonna fly ourselves out. Face boots, not even going for the bottle here, just going more face boots to deal with this Timbersaw. Punch through that poor man shield hopefully, and also get some better last hits there. Double damage here on Yang. The Mana Leak is gonna land and will do some damage, some harassment there. If only the block can happen, but it's not gonna be the case there. Meanwhile, FY has gone back into the jungle to search for more creeps. And we'll be back with vengeance. Of course, the Vengeful Spirit will try and pull his wave away. He will be successful, so prevents any kind of shenanigans from happening on raid inside, but he does take a chunk of damage himself from the chickens. KP now going for the call. There's quite a few creeps there. The anti-mage won't have to blink away. Doesn't take too much HP damage, and oh, coming in with the stun, they're gonna start things off. The Wave of Terror and the follow-up. There is the chicken once again poking. The stun comes out, but the Test of Faith sends the Ogre back into the hells underneath him, and now FY is scoring a second kill for his team now. The Ogre, not as tanky as he would like to be. Pure damage is really reaching past through all that armor and just striking him down. And some really lucky hits as well from the Test of Faith. Meanwhile, SCCC is losing the last hit war against Ghost here. Ghost sitting at 26, SCC is only 1. So I'm gonna need some aggression here, but oh no, the Chakram comes in, slows him down. SCC might be going down here, but there's no bottle charge to actually tip it up into the chakram range. So just looking for that whirling death. Does he find it? He's a lot faster. He will find the kill. Yes, he gets the kill on Mr. 9K over here, but he might pay with his life as the axe comes in with the call as well from the Cardinal. They will get the call. There will be no junk though, and Ghost should be falling here. The Mana Leap comes out, making sure that he has no options. But the reactive armor, man, this guy, because there are no spins coming in, there's no damage. Ghost, oh no, he's getting out of here. And the call comes in again. Now he's forced to attack. Will there be a lucky spin? No lucky spin so far. And now the callback comes out. Will he die? He's dropping low. He's dropping really low. He's surviving reactive armor. Oh, it's quite a passive skill. It is pretty amazing. VG Gaming getting away with murder there. Ghost walking in, tanking up 3 heroes, diving to tier 1 and tier 2, and getting out alive. That's the problem with getting only DPS against Timbersaw. You need burst to deal with this guy. And he just shrugs off any kind of real DPS. And of course, being no spins there, very unfortunate that KP didn't get a singular spin. Would have gotten a kill otherwise. But I do expect OS Frogs to pop up in the chat very soon enough. Once the delay sets in, but U9, he's got himself a decent amount of gold. He's top of the CS chart, not sure about the net worth. He is losing to the Timbersaw into that. But yeah, Medusa dying there will do that to you. And SECC gonna be a little bit upset about that for sure. But the Ogre will now get himself time to farm some lanes, get some levels, maybe even build up arcane boots here. So Faith missing another last hit. Okay. Okay, gets it one. Alright. 2 moves and 1 hit. SEC. Timbersaw mid is something else. All high level players play Timbersaw. Going into the jungle. Gonna be farming up this creep cam. KP doing the X thing and try and top himself up. Get that blink dagger. We'll see if he goes Vanguard first. It might be effective against the Chen. But the Mud Golem are going to afford him quite a bit of gold here, and he'll pick up the Tranquil, heal himself up with a Clarity Potion as well, and maybe just walk up there to the top. Of course, as we say this, VG are making a little trek themselves to the top lane. Gonna look to pincer in this Ogre. Faith looks like he will be out of options. DDC comes in, the chicken is here as well, the chain stun will be there. The Wave of Terror locks him down. Faith, does he have TP support coming in? They're taking quite a fair bit of damage, and the Mana Void secures that kill. And KP coming in with a little bit of a low hit point pool as well. We'll get some mana. The SCCZ Medusa comes in, but really no ultimate to bail things out. Can slow things a little bit. KP here to slow things, but he's on the wrong side of the map. And now here comes the push here. The Cordal as well going to be coming in. The Hand of God keeping things alive. Axe a little bit too chancy here on this top lane. Tries to pull the creep wave away, gets punished. Now VG leads 0-5. Yang gonna find himself a double damage rune. Gonna be pretty happy about that. Faith coming back into the lane here. Wondering what's wrong with Ogre and why he keeps dying, because that's supposed to be impossible in the early stages. Using Rage here, U9, very dangerous. He does have Infestor. I think that's why he has been playing a little bit aggressive. He's just playing, he's playing aggressive here against the Timbersaw. He goes into Infest. He comes out now, full health. He has the Rage ready, so he's ready to challenge this Ghost Timbersaw once again. He's still not doing enough damage though, and I don't believe he will be able to. The Whirling Death comes out once again, cutting away a big chunk of his H points, and well, oh, Faith 0-3 now. Has to really watch his life. Ogre, although yes, his life is more expendable than the other heroes on the map. It is still not too good to feed away. Too many kills to the Chen, allowing him to get a quick mech here. Even has managed to cheat away for arcane boots, get himself topped up more regularly, give the bench more farm. The bench has gone 3 points in missile as well, extra burst. Say you disagree with that, really need burst if you want to strike through a life stealer before he pops his rage, all that stuff. A little bit of magic damage counts. It also does rely a lot on how the early game has been going. They have been doing very well early game, being able to kill the Ogre a couple of times and keeping up the magic missile for that purpose. Now the scans coming in. The Dire using the scan there, detecting that Newbee have reinforcements there on the bottom, so they might not want to make movement there, or they might. We'll see. There is still a pack of smokes here on FY. You might want to use them. But, as the 10-minute mark creeps about, we'll look at the net worth and see how they're doing. Anti-Mage going to be right at the top there with 2 kills under his belt, as well as most of the CS in the game as well. And Gonna find themselves really comfortable at 4.8k net worth. Looking at the front, top right at the top, the Vengeful Spirit is invisible. There's still no Stone Gaze here on this Medusa, so gotta be very careful. Oh wow, the anti-mage getting another kill here on the Coddle. Yeah, getting it on the Coddle as well. Just a full dive, he didn't even bother. He picks up the Orb of Venom, okay. Interesting stuff. Picks up the Orb of Venom for a little bit more chase potential and harassment. They can't afford it, but now meanwhile this Medusa getting punished there in the middle lane. But he is unable to go down as they manage to pull him out of there. The Hand of God coming out, healing the Centaurs a bit, and neither of them die. The anti-mage linking forward, looking for early pressure here against Threads as well as Perseverance, and wants to take the fight to the enemy. The Mana Snake is slowing things down for now, but can they keep that up? It's 4 points in Snake, it's really strong. Pushing up the wave. Gets the Siege Wagon. SCCC will stay alive. Meanwhile, Chen farming with his commander unit in the enemy jungle. Getting the space that he needs. Ghost, meanwhile, completely unafraid of his life stealer. I have to be careful here. He has his armlet, which is an upside. Timber as well as AM top him in terms of net worth. So right now, Newbee are suffering in terms of this net worth advantage. KP now going to smoke up here with his buddy Faith, and they'll look for something. You know, he doesn't have the blink dagger yet. I'm not sure I can agree with this movement. U9 having a lot of trouble dealing with this Timber Saw, but he will just sit there and farm. He has to invest for a full top up if he does desire, but unfortunately for this gank, they are going to walk right into this Vengeful Spirit. They're going to have that Ignite. There's going to be a stun here on the Axe, but the stun will come out here for this Axe, so he will get the Venge kill. The Lifestealer actually does help out with that as well. And another hit onto this Timber Saw. He's losing quite a bit of mana. The open wounds comes out on the Chen. Chen doesn't have his big heal to save his life. The net comes out to try and secure something, but Medusa getting that kill, and now the Mana Leak comes out. The Timber Saw out of mana, out of options. Will he be able to get the kill? Yang comes in with that, haste rune, and he does pop that Stone Gaze as well. SCCC using it aggressively. Does he find it? Does not. And the Infest coming out from U9. The Infest coming out of U9 will actually secure that kill on the Worldkin. Will do some damage there. But meanwhile, N gonna start pressuring this tower in the middle lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And the Lifestealer.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Armor Morrigan
attack.
online for him. The Blightstone as well. Probably gonna transition into the Deso that we see. Alright, it's time for another gank here. This time the Timber Saw might not get out. The swap comes out, burns a little bit more of his mana, but it's only a very low level mana leak. Might not be able to get it, but U9 with the physical damage does get him out of there. Is there a stun? There is a Fire Blast locking down the Vengeance. Suddenly Vici lose 4 in quick succession. And Newbee are starting to catch up. Slaughter burns all his mana away. Gets himself ignited. U9 not ready to stop here. Going in for the fish. He wants some sashimi tonight. And Faith with the constant mana top-ups here from Coddle of the Light will get the mana down. And Lifestealer proving himself relevant here in 2016 as the Chinese players just pick him up and just red face every single time here. As Newbee start pulling that net worth chart right up the top, and SEC playing aggressive on this anti-mage. Has to be careful here on the AM, and we'll back off. So Mr. 9K pushing the boundaries here, getting himself a Dragon Lance. And how's KP looking? He's got his Blink Dagger. Newbee. They did suffer again a little bit for this passive hero lineup of themselves, but like I said, once the Lifestealer starts kicking into gear, it's going to be kind of tricky for them. And DDC.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gotta be careful here. And Yang as well doesn't have his Blink Dagger for now, but the anti-mage blinks forward, aggressively trying to bait out that gaze. Is he going to be able to find it though? Mana Leak comes out onto the AM. The AM's gonna blink away, lose a little bit more of his mana, but it's not gonna be a kill here. 3 points in the Mana Leak, but the call comes in. The Slaughter still runs back in because something X said really triggered him. But Yang says, okay, no, cool your jets. We are going to be able to secure a better defensive positioning. DDC using the swap there, now out of mana. Wish he had a Coddle on this side as well, just topping up the mana. The leak is just so good. Kaka skipping his ultimate form for now, just getting more points in that leak and really not facing any kind of push here as they have been taking the aggression to the enemy and just buffing up his teammates. Now they're forced to go into the jungle to farm here.
Radiant's top tower is under
And
attack.
SCCC. Mystic State coming out, just clearing the creep wave. Medusa coming in there, using that mana snake, getting some more mana on SCCC. And apart from his first death there by Titterton, so it's really been not too much to actually worry about for him. Ghost has to be careful. Eking a little bit too clear to the front there. Might get picked off by the axe. But now a counter smoke coming out here from VG, but a perfect scan from the Radiant Faith. Gonna scout that one right perfectly. DDC gonna run in there. Big call coming in from the axe. Will find a kill here. The Illuminate goes through on all the heroes of VG, but they're staying topped up for now. The Mech just too strong for them. The Hand of God as well. The Mech topping them up. Too much hit points. And they lose a big hero kill here. Faith, they're running away, but should not be able to get out of there as he has been tagged by the Amplified. Axe dying to a huge mana void there from the anti-mage. So attacking from the low ground there. Unfortunate for them, runs into the entire VG squad, and a Timbersaw in close quarters is something you don't want to have to deal with. And now AM picks up that Battle Fury. Will actually strike away at this ancient stack. Meanwhile, Kaka has got himself Chakra as well as a Mana Leak. 0, 1, and 3 now. Kaka. Dying there unfortunately, but U9 getting himself out of trouble. So the carry undisturbed in terms of farm right now. Gotta be keeping, well, I would like to say he's keeping on par with his anti-mage, but he's about 2,000 gold behind, and has to be very careful when as he starts to fall behind. More and more tricky for him to farm. But of course, a Lifestealer shouldn't be able to beat an AM in terms of farm unless something horribly goes wrong or he has a Midas. So AM being ahead here is, well, it's to be expected, but we'll have to see if U9 can get more kills. And of course, this AM has been casing perfectly, so he's got 3, 0, and 3. It does really help to his net worth. He's 1,005 ahead of the Lifestealer, but there's always this Medusa to have in the back of your mind to remember that you have this thing to deal with, this red boss that you have to contend with late game. And that's what Newbee is doing. You know, they have this 4 guys just running into the fights there and looking for targets. And then you have that constant pressure that you have to deal with. You know, you have to support your teammates or not. And with this aggression, oh, they're gonna call into 2. Perfect there, getting the anti-mage, getting the dunk as well. And the bench probably gonna follow suit, a secondary dunk. Oh man, KP just landing the kills there. They're slaying 2 VG heroes in quick succession. That's gonna really help with the net worth competition here on the 2 heroes. U9 now gonna proceed to Roshan and try and steal away what VG have for their advantage. They're looking to punish the VG positioning by stealing the Roshan. A dire side advantage that will now be stolen by the Newbee squad. And so far, very crisp plays, you know, the Medusa only joining to those objectives and letting Newbee just get the rest of the 4 guys make space for them. And I really like this 4 protect one, for the strength for 1 build that they have coming on here. And VG, their anti-mage sits in there well for another 5 seconds, and now the Aegis goes over to the Lifestealer. Again, another kind of tempo controlling item being picked up here by Newbee. Now they kind of have a 5v5 if they decide to split away from the Medusa. Again, just relying on the power of the axe as well as the Lifestealer's burst to be able to secure targets. And with the Bloodlust as well, you don't have to worry about attack speed. You can tech to more greedy items. And that's why Ogre is often regarded as a really strong but, you know, unimpressive on paper, but really strong in execution. You know, being able to tank up the front lines, doesn't really worry if people jump on him, has the Bloodlust, can sometimes buff his whole team for a huge benefit. And the Kodo now still being annoying, plopping stuff down, going for the Aghanim Scepter upgrade, and with the constant teamfight wins, has managed to secure quite a bit of money for himself. And look at that, 1,005 on the board, so another 1,005 more in his coffers, and he will have himself permanent AoE Daylight Vision there. That's really good as well. The Healing Blast from the Illuminate. So far, this Kodo, I think, has been played to a very high level, avoiding all the heroes that can catch him out with the BG game. Oh, Chakram throwing out on the axe. Ghost might be a little bit out of his element here, as he is going to be chased down here by this Lifestealer with the Deso, and even reactive armor can't keep you alive from that. He has a Bloodstone though, so there's always the way out with Honorable Sudoku. Meanwhile, U9 now gonna get the call there on the X army. That's gonna be huge as well. It might look like a small deal, but it's gonna be a huge one. Oh, the U9 goes in on the Chen. That's the healing There's the healing fountain right there, chomps him down, and because he has the Aegis, he plays so aggressive, and this is the Medusa combo I was talking about. He plays you can't turn back, you can't run because the axe is too damn fast, and DDC in here with the Fire Blast. KP doesn't have the mana though, so he's gonna get mana burned up, and well, gonna get stunned up, and he will actually have to back off. No bench kill for him, but U9 really utilizing this Aegis aggressively, just punishing the enemy. Well, the enemy's knowledge that they can't kill him without consequences. Sinking too many cooldowns into that lifestealer will be detrimental, as old KP blinks it blindly into the front there, trying to look for defending Timbersaw, but Ghost had the idea to stand on the high ground, and a good idea it turns out. Otherwise could have been a secondary victim of that attack. And Newbee with the defensive lineup really making this Medusa pick into an aggressive one, being able to gaze offensively, preventing any backup from coming in from VG. You know, you can't assist those allies caught inside the area of the gaze, but you can't turn back. So that's one of those things. You know, you can't run, you can't run, you can't fight either kind of situations. You already look at Newbee, one of these high-level squads with high MMR players, as well as a lot of TI veterans, just putting a lot of pressure onto VG there with better execution. They might have lost the early game, but in the end they still swing back, and swing back with some tremendous force. You look at Ghost, he had an early game lead against the Medusa, but now starting to taper off a little bit there, trying to punish Newbee's 5-man squad with a little bit of split push. But is it gonna work here? U9's like, I got Echo Saber, I got Vest, so I'm gonna hit your base. You can't threaten us with a tier 2 tower, and you're gonna go for the tier 2 tower. They're gonna try and get the net worth on board, but U9 still has that Aegis, and within that 5 minutes that Roshan gives to them, oh, Playmail KP calls in on the Timbersaw. Timbersaw now gonna be swapped away by his buddy there. The Vengeful Spirit, the Armlet is still gonna toggle pretty nicely. Is U9 gonna lose his Aegis? Yes, he will. There's going to be a little bit of healing here from this bench, but the Illuminate just keeps coming through, and U9 has another set of rage, and is it going to be Rexus here? And he has a Manta, he's going to jump forward and go look for the X. Why would you focus the tank, my friend? And again, the gaze shuts out the VG squad, and they will lose Rexus for sure, as the Slaughter picks a fight he couldn't win. Gets himself sushi-fied, and Newbee escaped there with a big bounty of gold, as well as a free Rex. That is going to be looking to be good here, and they don't even want to let up now because they have that Aegis. Okay, no, they don't have that Aegis. They have that momentum, rather, and they really want to make this push happen. The daytime is about to hit in about 4 Dota hours, which is about a couple of more minutes. I can't exactly count. It might be 1.5 minutes or 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. I'm not sure how the clock works. Every 4 minutes, so daytime should hit soon. Yeah, should hit soon. I would say in another minute, but oh no, Ghost out of position. Mana leaked up. The Timbersaw's worst nightmare. The mana leak with the push, and now they're gonna hit him. There's the stun as well. He's out of mana because he used the chakram. He burned himself out of mana, so he stuns himself. He stops his TP. He's still alive though. The mana leak coming out. The bottle's coming as well, but the bench goes down. Now the Medusa are about to come in to slay him. KP with the spins gets a kill on him. The anti-mage gets 1 kill on the ogre. It won't be enough. There's a big mana void to come, and that's a huge one. Hits him right across the deck, but Medusa stays alive because Medusa is Medusa. And now the AM down to 400 health. Doesn't really want to go through this lifestealer, but Slaughter looking to blink, looking to go onto KP there, but KP dodges his blink with a blink, and now U9 finds himself a Slaughter and burning out all his mana there. The mana leak, that's too good against this fish, and he loses his life again. So another 2 kills going the way of Newbee. For you guys just making fun of them in the early game, well, not so funny now as VG are looking to be on 2 back foots. Is that even a saying? I don't know. I'm just talking out of my butt here. Ghost picks up that plate mail, and I can't blame him. With the amount of armor chewing potential of Lifestealer, it's just a little bit too difficult to go without armor here, relying just on reaction to keep himself alive. But now the Basher online for U9, gonna be able to lock down heroes on his own even longer. And SCCC, you know, he's just chilling. He's just playing the game with his friends, you know. Yes, he doesn't get a flashy hero like an SF that he stomps pubs with, but he gets this Medusa that can be that stable front line, that battlefront for his teammates. The Lincoln Sphere will prevent any further mana voids as well, and the Manta Style just gonna be able to just keep him alive. And now the split pushing going on, but Caudle says, here, it's time to fight. KP's ready, bombs armed. We're going in. We're going in. The Medusa's illusions are going to be creeping up by the side, and Newbee are just chilling for now. They're not going to play aggressive, they're not going to jump forward here onto targets they can't catch. They don't want to overreach here and throw their lead away. So in the end, they will draw a line down bottom. They will say, no, actually that's a Vengeful Spirit. Drawing the line there for their AM. And I think they're just going to wait for the Aegis, you know. No harm just waiting for the Aegis, delay it for a couple more minutes, and then getting that second life again for the tempo push. But Newbee, they're sitting at a 16k on their 9k player. So yes, he may not be getting flashy kills, but he's getting a lot of net worth. This AM was on top of the charts, but now with the constant Rex loss, the team fight losses, and the map control reductions, it's looking rough. Meanwhile, I think U9 taking a little vacation here with KP around Dota land. That's gonna be a long respawn. We'll find out in a bit. They'll find out in a bit if Valve wants them to fight this. But Newbee gonna get initiated upon that. Instead, they're getting caught up before he even gets a reaction timing. They're going, and Timbersaw immediately gonna blow him up. But U9 on the full retreat here. The gate's gonna ensure that the retreat is possible. But maybe they even claim a free Timbersaw. He gets frozen in rock form, and unstoppable U9 claims his life. The crush comes in, goes on to the lifestealer, and they get that kill with the amplifier. And now that is a big one to get, as the lifestealer was on an unstoppable streak. The AM just going deep here on SCCC. He's still staying alive. This 9k player shooting down the chest, sends and delivers. He might die here, but the heal coming out, keeping himself alive, tries to juke the AM. Now the two supports going to go on to the AM, just one-on-one here. The mana leak is there, and the AM is out of mana, so he will not be able to fight this. But I do not believe he will be able to get that kill, or will he? Clubbing the AM, just blinding him, burning his mana. The two supports clubbing the AM. The Illuminate comes through. Newbee. Two supports counters the AM, I guess, with their constant mana leaking. How do you like that, AM? No magic for you as well. 60 seconds on the sidelines there. Anime Mage takes a fall. 60 seconds and goes back into the frame with the Bloodstone revive. And now you think about it, was that really a win? Was that really a win? You look at that gold graph and it tells you a flat out no, because the two supports end up killing the anti-mage. Oh man, and irony with magic. Damn. And U9 back into the fray here. Could be looking at an Aegis. Roshan is respawning in a couple of seconds. They could use this courier to scout it out. Of course, Coddle can peek into Roche's room as well, the perv. And we'll see if they do go for the Roshan, or do they let this one sit here. VG, they have that option. They have the Guardian Greaves on the Chen. But I do believe he needs more than that. He needs some sort of a 4-staff play. I think 4-staff would be good. Aghanims as well, if you can actually reach there. And now U9 discovers the Roshan has been reawoken. And it's nighttime, so it's the perfect time for BG to strike if they do want to. The AM has just revived, and the Lotus Orb has been picked up there by the Timbersaw to stop all that kind of mana leaking from going on. But now, they are going to run for the Roshan. And do they even know this is coming? Because they have zero map vision there with the Coddle's gem. They're shutting out their dire vision. Look at them just pinned to their wall. It's kind of like a Day Stalker kind of feeling. You have that Night Stalker for that night vision control, but you have that Coddle of the Light for the day vision control. It's kind of the same thing, you just attack on different sides of the day. I can't say it's too bad a thing that the Glimmer King gotta be deployed. There is a ward on the high ground, my friend. But it's nighttime. Keeper of the Light got a little bit of night blindness with age. Let's see if he can actually get that. Illuminate once again gonna be deployed, and yeah, he's gonna find that. Illuminate gets some steady vision, but they swap the greedy Keeper, and they will find him. And yeah, well, dewarding solo is not the good idea that you really want to get, but now they do get the Vengeful Spirit kill. So it's a 1-for-1, but they lose the gem there. So Kaka getting punished by a very nice bench play there. Swap down to the low ground, the old man gets knocked off his horse and well, subsequently destroyed there by the anti-mage. So nice little kill there going on. Oh, the Timbersaw actually takes his life, so that's a nice little kill. But now the Medusa is at an Eagle Song, and I don't know, this anti-mage, does he have the power to take out the Medusa? Is the real question now, is it? SCC is going to start doing some real damage now with the Eagle Song on board. The right clicks coming out from him is going to be a lot more powerful, and with the Bloodlust as well, it's going to be more damage. Will GG be able to stand up to this? That's the question. So there's no time for farms. See guys, this is discipline right here. Time to gank. Not even gonna clear out the creep wave. We are going to gank. There's no time for one more creep or one more wave. We're going in. KP, the BKB now. Not looking to get punished there by any kind of counter initiation. Might want to just go in there blind with that Aegis on board as well. The Chen could be a target. Sees him on the low ground. Immediately blinks down, pops that call. Will get it, just missing the Timbersaw there. But now the call comes in and they will mana burn him. First hit bash on the Chen. Poor Chen, Lotus off. Not going to be saving his life here. And now with 2 heroes on the sidelines with no buybacks, it could be a big kill coming in for Newbee. 2 buybacks down, 30 seconds. It could be another Rex here. And maybe game for Newbee as they push in on the high ground. The anti-mage nowhere in sight on the bottom lane, actually trying to push out the lane with his slaughter, but U9 says I'm taking base and there's nothing you can do about it. The Hyperstone's there as well, and they're going for Megas. There is no mercy here. U9 has got quite the appetite, and Newbee, what are their options? They pop the glyph, the Chakram comes in to slow down the Medusa illusions, but as Illuminate immediately clears out the wave, and there is zero defensive here from BG. They're still waiting for the supports. 5 seconds they may not have, and they're coming in there. Ghost taking some serious beatings here. The Vlad's aura buffing up the Medusa's damage because it's all been well, pure stats so far, and they're down to their last Rex. The melee Rex are going to be the only one remaining. They have to go now. It's just taking too much. It's taking a pounding. If they're going, it's going now. They can't come back from Megas. Not at this stage. The 31-minute Megas about to happen. Timbersaw gets the Ogre Magi. That's about to be that, but now here comes the Life Stealer and the Axe Bomb coming in with a huge deeps. Double damage for KP. There is some perfect wall going on, but you all know what's happening. Medusa cleans house, gets the Mega Creep. Mr. 9K, the objective gamer, Ghost. You're gonna try and run away from this, but really, you can't run away from Mega Creeps. You can't run away from Lifestealer. He Abyssal Blades himself. That's nice. Swaps him into the fountain. Is there gonna be enough? They get him. They get the Aegis. Or is there gonna be the huge U9 keeping alive? They get the kill. But it's Mega Creeps. It's Mega Creeps. They get the kill, they lose their AM, and they just tap out. So it's kind of nice, you know, you go down with a little bit of dignity. KP may, will he go down before the throne goes? No, still staying alive. The Chakram gets him, but yeah, the Chakram gets him, so he does log. But Newbee shuts down BG despite that early aggression they put out, and BG starting with 0-5 collapses to Newbee's 19 kill score in the end, and well, that push came at the right time. It's kind of like that timing attack. You get the Medusa items, you get the Life Stealer, some Armlet, Deso, and then the X-Blink comes online. You just converge on the lane, just keep going. And with that floating fortress that is Medusa, the gaze just makes it so hard to initiate back on the Life Stealer. And it just makes you kind of half-ass your counter initiations. And that's really not what you can afford to do. And that's the power of the Medusa pick here. Shutting down VG's aggression. And I think maybe some captains will be taking note of this hero in the future now. It's just too much to handle. And well, with that, Newbee secure game 1 victory. It's a BO3 though. I talked too much about this one game. It could be a comeback for VG in game number 2. We'll see if that happens. We'll hop into the game 2 right away, hopefully. And yeah, hope you guys have been enjoying Dota Pit Season 5. I'm Lysander Zanar, and I've been bringing you your English broadcast. Newbee versus VG Gaming game 2 coming right up. Don't go anywhere. Much love and Kappa.
I was always so far, and you were the behind. Screaming in my bones, screaming.
Never change. Never change. Never change. Never change.
e-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans.
Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match.
Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Newbees turn to ban.